I have a wonderful daughter, beautiful. I didn't really get a chance to know her until she was in her 40s. We had been disconnected. And so that was about some almost 15 years ago. And during that 15 years, it has been amazing getting to know her story, her young story about the kind of person she is today, reflected from that beginning. She was sort of like me. I hear that she was a protector of others, and she was bold and daring, bodacious, should I say. She believed in herself, and she always has, because she definitely still does. And I say these things because right now she is going through some wonderful things, some adverse things, and she is dynamite. I've heard her speak truth to power. I've heard her stand up and speak truth to the people about the love of God that she has come to know, that is so fantastically said, that it's magnetizing. I'm thinking, well, I wished I could speak like that. And I tell her that she's a God's gift. My sister calls her a special gift because the things that she's gone through. And right now, when I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, she's in stage 4 cancer. And she's anyway. Anyway, I was just thinking about how wonderful she is. Just thinking about how wonderful she is. And I'm thinking about my other kids. I got 5 boys and 3 girls. You know, all parents say they would like to go before any of their kids. But if it was possible that, and I'm sure any parent would say this, if it was possible to save any of your kids, you'd give your life up in a minute for them. This girl, she tells me she used to drive transfer trucks. Big wheels. And she raised her 4 boys. And having done that, they became a certain age. She went back to school and became a nurse. And I remember her graduation. It was known that she was experiencing breast cancer. And I have never been to a graduation just like this. And she, for some strange reason, they wanted to honor her because of her character. Not just because of cancer, yes, that too, but her character in dealing with this cancer. It made people feel so real and so relaxed. And so they just wanted to honor her, and it was a fantastic graduation. This beautiful daughter of mine, my baby girl. And now, at this moment in time, when she won't even get a chance to really serve in the capacity of a nurse to help so many other people for a long period of time. And still she can stand and speak truth to power and speak to them about the love of God that she's come to know. And she can say it in such a beautiful way, such a fantastic way. We all should be able to say it like that. But we can't if we don't know it. So it sounds like melody to our ears and to our hearts and to our minds just to hear her speak of this glorious, glorious time. And it makes me feel so proud to know that what she's going through, I'll have to go through. And she's making it so much easier for me because she's so loving with it. But having said that, I'm reminded that she has cancer. She didn't know it. The health care that was provided for her did not help her. It did not protect her. It did not protect so many other women of this cancerous disease. It didn't, and they're dying with it every day. And if it's not for that, it's for something else. In this evil world, we don't have time to care because we're so busy making money. And we make money in everything. Your sickness and your hunger and your ignorance, whatever it is, somebody's trying to make some money at it. You're old, they're trying to con you. You look vulnerable, they're snatching your cars. And they think that the answer to it is more police, law and order. Law and order. That's all we ever had was law and order. And law and order was designed to protect the thieves, to protect those robbers, to protect the most evil, vicious people of the earth. They called for law and order to protect them from those that they had abused, to protect them from those that they had abused. They called for law and order. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you this. God is real. And God is love. And I want you to know, in case I didn't say it on this particular video, everything on this earth that can be used for the benefit of mankind has been given, created, given freely by the creator of it. Stashed it in the earth, on the earth, above the earth, some seen, some unseen, to be there, to be available to humankind, to be accessible, to feed whatever the imagination can produce, then they can cause it to manifest in reality for the benefit of glorifying God's ability to create for the love of humankind, to humankind. And you go to the polls and vote for Trump, a Republican. Listen, a lot of people talk about heaven. And I want to tell you something. The way the Republican Party talked against Trump when he was running for be president, the things that they said, the negative things that they said about Trump, and the oaths that they had taken in regards to serving you, the people, under the guidance of the Constitution of the United States. When I saw them flip the script right in front of the face of you, the people of America, and the people of the world, who already were watching, according, they know our Constitution. I guarantee you they pointed out everything about what the Constitution said. They pointed out everything what democracy was supposed to represent, and they showed to their people how hypocritical it was. They showed to their people, they pointed out how these senators turned against every doggone thing that they had taken an oath to protect. And they did it just like any other dictatorial society. And that was a statement to the rest of you, the people, that you're living in an evil society. And this solidified it right in your face. And you still going to the polls. You still going to the polls for that evil, that evil. That evil that the United States Senate, the Republican Senate, joined hands with the right-wing religious order, the fundamentalists and the evangelicals, right-wing, and most all the rich white men, stayed over there hugging the daylights out of that evil, as that evil was hugging that flag post, while he was getting ready to take and mess over all of those people walking around these red caps on talking about lock them up or saying everything they think he wants them to say, while he is getting ready to use them just like he used the black man. Well, that stuff happens, and it will happen. As long as you are blind, it will happen. And it'll get worse and worse. And the fires will continue. The storms and the hurricanes, they will continue. And the people will continue to be displaced. And the more pain, the more suffering is going to double itself. And you who have been free from it for so long will now have it all around you. What you going to do? Are you going to create a virus? Are you just going to start murdering people? Or what you going to do? Do you need them? And how do you change things? I mean, somewhere you're going to have to wake up. Somewhere down the line, you're going to have to wake up. And don't think you can fool God like the Republican senators fooled the American people. Don't think you can fool God like that. Playing like you all American until you get in a position for have what you want, then you jump back and show your true colors. No, don't think you're going to act like you're a good person and get into heaven and then start showing your true colors. No, baby girl, that ain't going to work. God don't be it like that. See, what you're going to do, God is giving each of you. You talk about heaven. God has made it possible that each of you can have an opportunity to play a role in creating heaven right now in the middle of this hell. Let me say that again. God has made it possible for each human being on this earth to play a particular role in the creation of heaven on this earth right now. That is the evidence that you are solid. It don't mean that you're trying to work your way to heaven. No, it just means that you are being led by a desire to see heaven, to be right where it is and to play a part in it. And that's what you're doing. That's what it says. That's exactly what it says. Each of us. Now, the way it is connected by the powers that be, when we are doing these things connected, they are connected, interconnected, and they are producing what God wants produced. And what it does, it feeds our ever need, wants, and desires. But never with food, without clothing, shelter, education, health care, any other things that we can imagine. It gives us our peace, our prosperity, our freedom, our joy, and our dreams fulfilled. And ladies and gentlemen, what more can we ask without lying, cheating, stealing, and killing, and terror and war, racism, hatred, and bigotry? None of that. Money, banks, loans and debts, fees, penalties, none of that. It's over. Simply, all you have to do is allow the Spirit of the living God to live in you and direct you, not the Constitution. It's a Constitution now. It's not this one. See, this Constitution, and then it can't touch God's. But it's a new Constitution that represents what God is talking about. Okay? And this, my friends, this is what will happen. Anyway, I think I better leave it there, and thank you so very much for giving me your time. I know I'll be back in probably a few hours talking some more. Till then, goodbye.